Yo, what up, guys? SkitsaphranicRa here, doing another motherfucking album breakdown, nigga. Because I really personally enjoy listening to my music. I live stream that shit. You'll never find it. Don't even try. Anyway, all I gotta say, Nose Candy Brain Hammer, nigga. This was such an important mini album in the arc that it was in, because it defined Euphoria, who before now was just like an enigma, like a ghost, a universal being that transcended beyond a human body and was like, technically speaking, everywhere. He had that ability because I'm crazy like that. Anyway, basically, in if you don't know, man, it's like there's an actual story in this shit. There's an actual story of a whole bunch of niggas fighting and then fighting a common enemy and then fighting another common enemy and then one nigga eventually like overcoming everything. And then it just goes into what I like to call the next step, which is just what I'm doing now, which is just making regular music until I get that spark back in me. Once I get that spark back in me, nigga, you don't even know, man. You don't even know. I can continue the story from where I put it. It's like in a paradoxical loop, technically speaking, but we ain't getting into that now. All I'm saying is that this is the shit. We are now going to listen to Nose Candy Brain Hammer. You ready, niggas? Basically, where that came from was like, if you don't know, man, where Kryptonian came from was because I always thought we should call Adderall, Addies. I think we should call that shit Kryptonite, because that shit makes you feel like Superman, nigga. Don't do drugs, kids. Right there, basically, that bar was just basically singing about how its roots are good for commerce and trade, but its underlying schemes of drugs and sex and basically the overall assumption of mass quantities of products that have no use whatsoever. Basically, I'm saying that it's all fucking with your brain. This world is fucking with your brain every day. Euphoria, that's who he is. He's that feeling in your body, in your brain, that just, he gains strength from that shit. For when you do them drugs, for when you do that shit. But you'll see that shit later, nigga. You'll see that shit later.
Your brain, your dreams, everything's so plain.
That was basically Euphoria calling out the new challenger, which at the time was. Well, I'm not gonna really get into it because that's not what this is about. I'm not breaking down my story, nigga. I'm breaking down this album, and basically that was just the intro to this small album of 4 videos. It's a quickie because I'm not making no fucking 2 hour long video, nigga. Fuck that shit, baby. I don't know. I might do that shit tonight. We'll see. Anyway, what I do know though is that it just basically cements in who Euphoria is, and it just gets it started. That's what I like to say. It just gets you introduced. It's just a little couple of schemes in your head, a couple rhymes, and it's like, okay, that was okay. What you got next? That's what's supposed to make you say, what you got next? And then what do I got next?
Euphoria. 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 You want to see my power. What it drops when you give so much into me, man. Absorb your soul and your essence and more.
That really is a very strong line when I really think about how I said it and how I delivered it. It's like I'm introducing this character Euphoria, and he lives off the euphoria of all the other species throughout the multiple universes and galaxies and shit. He lives and he feeds off the euphoria of when they're doing all types of shit. Well, you'll figure out anyway. And basically, how I just deliver it straight in, it just hits you. It doesn't hit you in like a way like, whoa, what was that shit I just heard? It hits you in the way I wanted to hit you. It's like, what does this nigga got to say next? Cause that's basically what my entire sort of situation is with most albums. I want you to really question, what do I have to say next? What is in my heart? What is in my mind next? What's coming after this shit, nigga? This shit is good, but what's your limit? That's what you want to see is my limit, and you'll never see my limit, nigga.
Your body is weak, Paul. These days are that. Cross dog, crucified, like our boss. Remember the first time your dick got wet? Yeah, did you fuck the shit out that bitch? Or was it like so fast you didn't know what was going on, man? What? It is what it led you down real shit. The lust of sex, the euphoria, you love it all so much, man. The body feels good, the body feels good. Your brain is releasing them chemicals, dude.
Basically, that breaks down like the first thing that's involved with euphoria. When you think about euphoria, you think about sex. That's one of the very first things you think about is sex and drugs. Those would bring you euphoria, put you into a euphoric state. I trust me, man. I've seen it before. Putting bitches to sleep with your dick. That shit's possible, nigga. Anything's possible with enough effort. And trust me, it took a lot of effort. Oh my god, it was like hours of shit. We're not going back there. We're not going back down that road, nigga. Nigga, it ain't fun putting bitches to sleep. It's the most tiring shit ever. I swear to God, nigga. I swear to God. It's like. I mean, it isn't really tiring when you're doing it. I mean, but it's like, it's just like, how did I do that shit? Like, What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, how am I not tired, nigga? It's like, what the fuck? It's like I should be sweating my balls off. I should be like, but no. It's like I'm just like whatever, man. I'm just like let's go again. And she's like, I gotta go to sleep. I can't take no more. Anyway. Okay. That's enough about sex. Okay.
And that's with you. Truly understand who you are. No last moments of ecstasy, dog. Your mind is clear. Everything was in the moment and it was kind of weird.
Perfect explanation of sex right there. Everything was in the moment and it's kind of weird. It really is. Even though it's the most natural thing in the world, it's been happening since literally the beginning of all people. It had to, literally, because that's how we reproduce. But in those last moments I could see, man, never ask a nigga what he thinks when he comes, nigga. Never. I don't even want to know what other niggas think. It's like, no, man. Don't ever ask that shit, bitch. Uh, all the hoes out there, the one hoe that's watching this, I'm telling you, never, ever ask your man what he thought about when he came. Never, ever do that shit. Because that shit will shock you if he tells you the truth. And if he's lying and says you didn't think of anything, I don't know what to tell you. He's living up to the bro code right there, nigga. You don't talk about that last moment. It was like what you're thinking. Uh. Okay.
Weird. Weird. But it isn't the end, bruh. It builds. It builds. It builds. More sex. I need it in my fucking life, man. Penetration, bitch. I am telling you real shit. You will.
I just got to say this. You know, you can hear the pounding in the back, nigga. That was you just going off, but it sounds like some other shit, don't it? Though I just got to say that. It just sounds like a nigga hitting it. I just got to say that. I got to point that out.
More feeling of ecstasy. You rub it in your head some days, and that's when I truly play my games. Give me more strength when you do the deed. Feed me more, please. I am surely going to be the man. Euphoria, the end of it all, man, the end of it all. Once you feel me, you will never be the same. You will feel like you're in misery without me every day. You will be in pain.
That's the truest shit, nigga. That was I was mostly talking about like heroin and shit when I was thinking about that rhyme right there, nigga. I was just thinking about how heroin addicts when they don't have their heroin, nigga, they're in pain. It really destroys their body. Their body can't function right without it. It becomes dependent on that outs outside source. The only thing that I could say that is dependent that humans are, that's okay on outside source, that isn't inside your body, is food and drinks. That's like the only thing. Food and drink. Because when you really think about it, it's like everything else, I mean, Even weed, for instance, it isn't a bad drug, but still, I mean, damn. There are times when you just gotta smoke some weed, nigga. And that's sort of an addiction, ain't it? If you gotta do it, man. If it's like, oh fuck, I only got $10 left, and it's like, man, I could either go get like some cereal and some bread and some milk from the store, or I could go get a bag. And most of the time, them niggas choosing the bag. I choose the bag. Do you choose the bag, nigga?
You need me, you need me, you need me, you need me. Without you, life is so boring, bitch. So what I say, that needle's waiting real shit. That pipe is waiting, saying smoke me. Them drugs are saying burn a hole in your wallet, please.
Okay, now then, before we get into this song, I just got to break it down. Okay, first he was accepting a new challenger, and now he's basically describing how he gets his power. What happens after you describe how you got your powers, nigga? You explain more about your backstory. And that's what this next song is, and a little bit of the other one. But the other one after this one is just so much fire, nigga. I don't even know what I'm gonna say to it yet. All I know is that I just remember the words in my head, some of them, and it's just like, yeah, we got this shit. But this one was like a second close. It was like near perfection. What I wanted was a song after this, but I got this one instead. And so it's just like a perfect middle ground where it's like, okay, he got some bars, what he got next? And that's what I got right here.
Euphoria. I want you all to know I was just once.
I love that beat. I just gotta say that. I just gotta say that. I'll play it again, but just listen to that beat, nigga. Just listen to that beat.
I was just once. A being like you. But what happened, dude? It accumulated, dude. So much power before you, when you hit my stage. All the words in your brain.
Basically, what I'm breaking down there is I'm introducing that Euphoria. This character was once a human. He was just once a low, insignificant creature that lived on a planet. And he learned how to gain the strength. That's how most people are. You start off as a baby, an insignificant little thing on this planet. Some babies have more significance than others, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you're not smart enough to take care of yourself, and you don't have any intelligence. You can't speak, you can't walk. I mean, when you really think about it, everyone starts off at that beginning stage, and so did he. Let's go back a little bit, because I want to break it down just a little bit more. Listen to this part right here.
So much power before you, when you hit my stage. All the words in your brain.
Basically, what I'm saying is, I'm so high right now in my ways when I was making this shit that words are just flying through my brain, just flying through my brain. All these words, all these connections, all these lines, just shooting back and forth, making a perfect picture for me. And all I had to do was choose which segment I wanted to go down. Basically, that line I can break down really simple. Euphoria's evil, nigga. He's an evil motherfucker. He's evil. He's a god, and he wants to implant in your head, you must get euphoria in all ways. You must get it through sex, through drugs, and through violence, nigga. That was the last key. The last third thing that comes with money. Sex, drugs, and violence. And then there's the big three, which is sex, money, and drugs. But money leads to the other three. Drugs leads one and usually can lead to another. Anyway, just listen to this shit. We'll go back a little bit. If you know where that you want to know where that line came from, a kid can do it. How I was breaking it down, how humans love violence so much that it is part of our history, and we've made killing so easy now that even a kid can do it. If you got a whole bunch of people in the gas chamber, all the kid has to do is push the button, he can gas them all. If they even got a fucking teddy bear gun, nigga, where you pull the string on his back and it shoots a bullet, nigga. Give that to a baby, nigga. Watch him pop niggas. It's like I just hold Teddy out and then he ends all my problems. Ting! Boom! Even somebody paralyzed from the waist down, from the neck down, you still have the power, dog. You can still use your teeth, go through the throat, bite and choke. Blood oozes in your mouth, though, and that's when you never let go, dude. The pain, it will be erased when you become a follower of euphoria, okay? It blocks it out. So much damn help from these substances. You cannot fucking stop it, bitch. He's basically saying these sentences are giving you help if you want to kill people, nigga. That's what I'm basically saying. And you can follow this nigga Euphoria, which is one of my characters, nigga. And you can not saying you should go out and kill people, hell no. What I'm saying is you can take in his words as strength. But he is one of those bad strengths. That's what I like to emphasize. Not every character is gonna be good. Most of my characters, if anything, A few of them are good, and most of them are like in like the chaotic section. Really, most of them are chaotic evil, chaotic good, and I mean maybe a couple chaotic neutral, but very few are out of the chaotic category when it comes to their mind state, nigga. Because the world is a very chaotic place. I wanted all my characters to express me completely, and I'm a very chaotic person. I have very chaotic thoughts sometimes. I get lost in my brain some days. It just happens. Anyway, let's finish this, and then I'll talk a little bit more.
You love it so much in your head. Them drugs. And what I say, man, is you gotta kill.
Basically, I'm just saying the most ignorant shit I could think of at the end, nigga. You like drugs, you gotta kill for the shit. I'll be evil as fuck. I gotta be evil, nigga. That's his character, nigga. That's part of me. Again, I'm trying to remember what exactly Euphoria was. He was standing for something, but I think Euphoria literally just standing for Euphoria. Yeah, I don't think I gave him an underlining title. I should have, but I couldn't think of anything for this character in particular. I just needed an evil, godlike character that spread violence and destruction and drugs to the community, like so many of our fallen brothers have in the past. Word up. Anyway, and so that was just a little piece of his backstory. And then the last song just all cements it into place. Who Euphoria is. And it's like, just let's listen to this shit. I don't even want to pause this bitch and talk to you niggas. But I'm going to do it anyway. But I'm definitely going to be putting it back. I don't like doing that most of the time. I just like continuing on with it because I don't got the time for that shit. This shit is already like 20 minutes, 40 minutes. I don't give a fuck. And it's only 4 songs. Picture me trying to do one of my 18 song albums, nigga. Or my 14. Most of them are like at least 8 to 9 to 13, nigga. And I'm just like, damn. Where's that time going, nigga? That's a lot of time. It's definitely not how people look at this for me to become popular off this shit. Not like I give a fuck about that. I'm just saying, like, I ain't becoming popular doing this. I'm doing this for my entertainment, nigga. I ain't doing this for no other reason than because I like my music. I want to explain it to you niggas. Anyway, listen to Once. The very last song. And before you could literally read the titles, they're right the fuck there. So it's easy. And if you notice, I've been going through all different types of characters in these album reviews so far. Just jumping around and just finding short albums that I really enjoyed making that involved my characters. And what will be next? You'll never know. You'll never know. You can guess, but it's like picking a straw out of a hayfield, nigga, and you ain't gonna find that shit. Anyway.
Was once a man. We do beats. A man. A man. A man. But I realized how to gain the strength. Euphoria. 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 I'm known by all you will know in your life. Once you go down my path, there's no easy out. Can't you understand? I was once a normal man. Everything was so beautiful, man. Had a girl that I loved. Everything was looking up, looking up.
basically the story of every nigga's life. You fall in love with a girl. That's basically how his started too. And this is a little bit from my own personal experience. This was some of my own feelings that I had to lay out, nigga. I'm not saying this is my confession, nigga. I'm not saying this is a confession. All I'm saying is that this was what I was feeling at that moment when I just lost a girl that I really loved. And it just speaks how Euphoria was just once a normal man and he had a girl that he loved and everything was looking up, but he just fucked it all up and he turned to them drugs. And you'll see, nigga, you'll see. It continues on, but I know it's just 100% fire from right now. Just listen to that shit. Let's take it back.
Once you go down my path, there's no easy out. Can't you understand? I was once a normal man. Everything was so beautiful, man. Had a girl that I loved. Everything was looking up, looking up. But now, I fucked it all up. Lost everything I had. So I turned to the drugs man, but I couldn't get enough of the motherfucking world, man. More and more, beat me up, so I can climb back up. But it didn't stop there, son. I saw that there were better ways, dog. More euphoria out the game. More damn strength. More feelings, bitch. So I started massacring real shit. First one was easy as fuck. I swear, bruh, just remember that face of the one I love being took away from me, son. And it was him, all upset in my fucking head, bitch. Butchered, massacred, destroyed, no. Buddy, will ever find the body? The body, so much inside of me.
Basically, he's just breaking down Euphoria the character. I gotta explain that. Euphoria the character was just a normal man. He fell in love, fucked it up, turned to drugs, wasn't enough, started massacring people, started becoming a serial killer. Because he just wanted to become dominant again in his life. He wanted to feel control again. I don't really say that because he isn't control. He is in Richland. That's my name, but that's who I decided to name Control because I like to control what I say very, 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 very precisely. Like sometimes I'll just wild out and say where the fuck I feel, but at the same time, there's a meaning to it. And so he started massacring, pictured the face of the one he loved for his first kill. He's like, this nigga took her away from me, and just started going in on him. But it couldn't stop there because he felt so much power and strength and control from the deed in the euphoria itself of him feeling so much above another human that he could control their life or their death. That what happened?
I love it so much. It changed me, bruh. It made me, son. You want to jump off the top of a building, bruh? Please, I say. No easy way out, gay. No easy way out. Engulf yourself in euphoria now.
Basically, that line right there is for all them jumpers, nigga. All them jumpers. Even though I got a song called Jump, and it really makes it sound like I'm trying to get niggas to jump off buildings, nigga. If I made a video for that, that shit would be like a nigga jump off a building, no joke. That's how my mind works. You'll never find the song Jump, man. You'll never find it. You can try, but you won't find it, nigga. It's like jump, 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 jump. It's a shit. It's a shit. Anyway, basically, how he's breaking it down, his past a little bit more, talking about how he couldn't escape it, and how if you want to die, there's no easy way out for you, nigga. You don't take the easy way. You take all the pain in this world, nigga. That's what I truly believe. No matter what happens to you, you gotta push through life until the day that you can no longer do it because you are fighting for your life, nigga. Your life isn't given to you. You have to fight for it.
Remember that weed. Remember them cigarettes, please. Remember that alcohol, bitch. Remember that cocaine, real shit. That meth, that heroin, that crack rock. Go further, go further. Get that acid, the DMT, all the drugs to make you happy, to make you happy. Feed me, more, please. You would never understand that I am getting more and more and more strength from you damn humans. You humans, you humans, you humans.
Basically, I just listed a whole bunch of the common drugs in a simple way. Drugs that people commonly do. Not some are more less common than others, but they all are pretty common. They're the ones that we know. And it just accumulates to me telling you that you gotta feed euphoria. That's what he's saying. It's basically like if a god came down from the sky and said, "Do more violence so you can feed me, bitch. I need the chaos. I need the destruction." That's basically what I was painting. That's basically what I was painting Euphoria's picture to be. A higher being coming down saying that he needs more death and destruction.
What does I say except you give me more strength? So, when you're done living in the pain, feed me okay. Feed me okay. Don't ever say that it is me.
And that's how you end up perfectly, nigga. It just drove you on and on and on. And then you finally get the whole part of Euphoria, which is basically saying you gotta feed him, you gotta strengthen him. Because he just feeds off all your evil deeds, basically. Your drugs and your sex and your violence. He feeds off that. And he's basically saying, and that's the truest shit ever, when you're done living in the pain, feed me, okay, do drugs. That's what he's basically saying to you niggas. When you're done with all this pain in your head and you can't take it anymore, just do drugs. That's what he's basically saying. And I hear that somewhat, but you gotta do the right drugs. That's the key. Doing the right drugs. Weed. Yes. Alcohol. Even though I don't drink, I still say yes on alcohol. You just gotta do it in moderation. You wanna do it to get buzzed, not fucked up. Because nobody likes a sloppy drunk throwing up all over himself. Even if you're really good with alcohol, no one likes an angry drunk that's really super good with his alcohol, and he's just like, man. And once one thing starts off, he's just like, phew. That's how those people that are really good with alcohol are. I mean, they'll be good with it, but they'll be like fucked up, and they won't be as fucked up with drinking the same amount as you. But it's just how it goes with alcohol. And of course, the only other good drug that there is, and that is occasionally a cigarette. Not because of how bad they are for you, or anything, or how addicted they are, because they are about as addicted as cocaine. But there are just sometimes when you want to have a cigarette, like after sex, to release your lungs. You just had all this exercise. Just a couple hits of a cigar will make that shit so much better. Just sitting in a bed right next to a girl that you really like, just puffing a cigar, no care in the world, and then she says she's pregnant, and then you run away. Anyway, that was that was Nose Candy Brain Hammer, nigga. Basically about cocaine. And I got some things to say about cocaine. I really don't like cocaine. Because niggas be lacing that shit and it killed somebody close to me. But all I gotta say, man, is you know I come with the fire. And next one's gonna be even fireful than this one, nigga. We're just gonna keep on going through all these songs, nigga. We won't hit them all, but we'll have fun while we're doing it. SkitsaphranicRa. Peace the fuck out, niggas.